Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Slice of Shonen. I am your host, The Cloudy Crow, and today we'll be reacting to My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 23. And for the last few episodes, we've had this massive showdown between the Liberation Army and their, I believe it was like 110,000 members, all going up against like the 6 or 7 members of the League of Villains. And so before, I mentioned how the League of Villains were severely outnumbered, so their game plan was to try to distract them and buy time long enough for Gigantomachia to race over here and just destroy the entire city. However, now we might not need to rely on Gigantomachia as much. I think we're still gonna need him, but when it comes to them being outnumbered, that no longer seems to be the case because my boy Twice came through. He finally overcame that like psychological barrier that he's had for so long, and he was able to use a brand new technique which he called infinite doubles. So we know his normal quirk, which allows for him to kind of clone himself and create doubles of himself. Now he can create infinite doubles, at least from what it seems. There's no limit to how many doubles he can make. He flooded the entire streets with a ton of his clones to just lay the smackdown on all the members of the League of Villains. The fight is still going on though. It's not over quite yet. Some of the main members are still alive, and primarily they still have their leader Redestro, who still hasn't even whipped out his trump card yet. We've kind of begun to see what his quirk might entail. It seems like he can, grow like parts of his body, like his arms so far, and I'm sure he can grow his entire body, and he's gonna be this massive beast. And then we're probably gonna have a big smackdown between him and Gigantomachia. But outside of that, we've seen Toga pop off and get a new ability. We've seen Twice pop off and get a new ability. Now it's time to see what Shigaraki has in store for us in this episode. So, if you guys are excited for the episode, make sure to leave a like. It'll help me and the video out so much more than you might think. So if you could take the time to do that real quick, I would very much appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to the channel for more weekly My Hero reactions. And with that all out of the way, let's get right into this episode. Alright, so here I have episode 23 pulled up, and whenever you guys are ready, we'll be starting this episode in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, Toga still messed up. Oh, clever, clever. Dang, man, this is some smart thinking. If it does work. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm sure Dobby probably would know. That's a... That's kind of funny when you think about it. I'm sure Dobby knows a good plastic surgeon. Whoever the heck fixed his face. But, man, I can't wait. Oh yeah, and as we saw last episode, Gigantomachia has finally woken up, and he's on his way as we speak. So it shouldn't be too much longer. He might even end up arriving in this episode. So I can't wait to see I can't wait to see the expressions on the not the League of Villains, on the Liberation Army's faces once they see Gigantomachia. And I think oh, we didn't even get to see all of the members actually, like, bring out their trump cards yet. I think we've only taken down 2 or 3 of the, like, captains of the Liberation Army. So we still got a little ways to go. And, we have Redestro, most importantly. And, yeah, I guess I'm really just sitting here just waiting to see what the heck this episode has in store for us. Because like I said, I have read the manga, but the manga is so far ahead of where this is right now that a lot of the details I don't even remember. I do remember the bigger ones though, and that's why I know this episode's gonna be sick. But let's see just how far into this arc we get. Oh yeah, this is the guy that can like give speeches and reinvigorate his team, right? Seven's loud. Oh, okay, okay. So it's kind of like an amp. Codename Trumpet. In sight. Okay, that's cool. So he's strictly, like, he has a strictly support-based quirk. He can beef up his teammates. Hey, come on, Spinner, it's time to prove him wrong. You got much more than that. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. They did say that this was all taking place, earlier. What the? Dude, these wacky quirks! What in the world? She just did like a ballerina dance and a hole popped up in the wall. Come on, Spinner. Flashback time. Oh, never mind. Just a glimpse, just a glimpse. Stained, yep. Now that I think about it, Spinner does kind of look like Stain. Probably because he's like drawing inspiration from him. Okay. And how will you do that, my friend? I've said this a million times, man. The thing I love the most about my hero is seeing people with seemingly weak or simple quirks just grow and hone their skills and find out things about themselves that they never knew before. Like Toga being able to use the quirks of people that she turns into. Now we have Big Boy Redestro here. Dang, man. Ooh, you know what? I'd really love to see a fight between him and All Might. Like Prime All Might. And I wonder what that means when that like brown birthmark or whatever covers him. Oh, okay. Stress. Oh, okay. Interesting. Dang, this dude is massive. He's making Shigaraki look like an infant. Ooh, who merely indulges in destruction without creating anything. That's deep. Flashback time. I love how you could also kind of like see the age in each of the hands. They weren't just copy and pasted. That's his sister. Oh man, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. Jeez, alright, chill out. This is making me dizzy. Ooh! Oh, I wonder. Can Shigaraki even use his quirk if he breaks both of his hands? Ooh! Oh my god, that had to have been so painful. But it looks like he tagged him. Is he scratching? Oh god, that sound, man. Oh! We're getting into it. It's time. It's your time to shine, Shigaraki. In the midst of an awakening. That's that's one way to call it. Yeah, he's been training in the gutters out here. You ever met Gigantomachia? Shigaraki's been dealing with him for like the past, what, like 6 months, they said? Oh. Redestro. He hasn't even reached his final form yet. This is 80%? What is 100? Ooh! This is new? What the heck? Dang! He just chucked a ball of stress at him. What the heck? See, but now we know Redestro's weakness is a good therapist. Or like, you know, a nice massage. And then, once he's calm, cool, and collected, that's when you strike. How can he... Okay, there's no way he answered the phone with hands that big, dude. I'm surprised he didn't crush it. Oh, he's already here. It's too late. It's too late. Man, let's go, dude. Look at this man. He's swimming through the skyscrapers. What the heck? That man is breaststroking on him. Dang, we ate that too, like it was nothing. Oh, tagged his hand. Yeah, you gotta pay more attention, buddy, or else you're gonna be a pile of rubble. Oh, I just wants to destroy. Wait, is that him? Kotaro? Oh, yeah, yeah. Tenko Shimura. Shimura. You guys know that name, Shimura? Should sound familiar. So he's been scratching ever since he was a kid. Jeez, man. Oh, and you know what? Oh man, there's so much to that. There's so much to those words right there. Cause of course he'd understand. But I do agree that the way that he's handling it is pretty messed up. He's like refusing to let his child be a hero. Here she is, dude. Oh man, that's so sick. That's so sick. What are the odds of that, man? I thought of this when I read it in the manga, but what are the odds that Shigaraki's grandmother had one for all, and Shigaraki is like the heir to inherit all for one? Like, how does that happen? That's so crazy. Oh, and his quirk is manifesting. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let's not do anything rash. Oh, she snitched! Oh man. She ratted him out, dude. People like this, dude. This infuriates me, man. Cause like I want to sympathize with him, I want to understand his pain, but like why is he taking it out on his children? That's so weird, dude. This is kind of sad, man. These moments, they look so like nice and wholesome, but this eerie music in the background makes it a bit unsettling. Yeah, look at what you're doing, man. Open your eyes. But it's too late. The damage is done, dude. And look at that. This is happening just because he wanted to become a hero. Just because he wanted to help people. Jesus, man. And there it is. Oh, that is brutal. Jesus. Nah, get out of here, snitch. Nah. Oh no. Man, I didn't even realize that. That's so crazy. His quirk still got to her even though he only grabbed her shirt. And now his hair. God, this has to be such a terrifying transition, man. Discovering your quirk, depending on how powerful it is, must be so terrifying. Cause like this man he was just hugging his dog, and then his dog just shatters. And look at that. This is like the true power of what Shigaraki's capable of. And the mom, even knowing what's going on, or even knowing how dangerous her son is, she still went to go and try and hug him. That's so sad, man. She's like, well, her and the grandparents were the only ones that, they didn't treat him wrong. They were trying to do their best for him. The dad was terrible. And like, the sister's young. You can't really blame her too much. What she did was messed up, but she is just a kid. Jesus Christ, man. And look at that. The complete opposite reaction that his mom had when she saw him. See? Look at how crazy that is. Everyone else, like the dog, his sister, the mom, the grandparents, they all died by accident. But the father just treated him so terribly that he actually wanted to kill him. That's so messed up. There's so much to unpackage here, because another thing that's really interesting is up until this point, well, let me just say, we all probably have an idea of how Shigaraki's gonna upgrade. Because up until this point, the way Shigaraki's quirk worked was whenever he physically touched something, then he could, like, make it crumble, I guess. But we see right here, when he was younger, when he first found his quirk, number one, with his sister, he grabbed her shirt because he wanted her to save him from himself, and he grabbed her shirt, and he was able to, like, shatter her through just her shirt. He didn't even have physical contact with her. And then when it comes to the mom and the grandparents, he, like, touched the ground, and the ground started shattering, and because they were touching the ground, they started shattering. That is so powerful. That is such a disgustingly powerful quirk, dude. Now we know he doesn't even need to physically touch people. They just need to be connected through a series of objects. So, like, if I'm holding a rope and someone else is holding the other line of the rope, or if Shigaraki's holding the rope, he can shatter them through the rope. Yep. That was all for one. That was the moment the devil's successor was born. Unrestricted, unafraid. And right there, we saw Shigaraki for the first time not wearing any of the hands over his body. Man. Shigaraki has one of the, like, coolest kind of villain backstories, if that makes any sense. And the interesting thing is, a lot of villains, they started off wanting to be heroes, and they were just either burned or backstabbed by society, or, like, people in their lives in this case. And man, alright, so let's break down what exactly happened with Shigaraki. So when he was a kid, he wanted to be a hero, but his dad wanted him nothing to do, or wanted him to have nothing to do with the hero business at all whatsoever. And the reason why is because his mother was a hero, and because she was going around doing all of this hero stuff, he felt that she kind of neglected him. And not only was she a hero, but she was a previous carrier, or previous holder of One for All. So she was a big deal hero. Probably number one hero at the time. And so, because of that, he didn't want Shigaraki to get involved in this hero stuff, because he kind of resented heroes because of how it affected him. But, and I can understand where he's coming from, but his way of kind of convincing Shigaraki not to become a hero were pretty messed up. He seemed like a pretty cold and, like, harsh dad. And right there we see Shigaraki, he was talking to his mother, and he was asking, like, you know, why is he so against me becoming a hero? Is it because I need a quirk? Do I just need to wait for my quirk? And then we see later into the episode, he actually does manifest a quirk, but he doesn't quite understand what it is when he has the ball, and then a piece of the ball kind of chips off. And then from there, this is where things get messed up, because the sister finds a photograph of their grandmother, who was a hero, and she kind of uses that as inspiration to not only want to become a hero herself, but also she showed it to Shigaraki to try to show him, like, hey, why don't we become heroes together just like our grandmother was? And then the father finds out, and we see her grabbing onto the mom, and she's bawling her eyes out, and she's saying, like, Shigaraki, he's the one that found it, he found the photo. And she, like, dumped all the blame on him, so that the father, now that he's angry, and now that he has someone to direct his anger towards, he just went up to Shigaraki and smacked him. And I think that is the, like, final, that's like the straw that broke the camel's back. That was the moment when Shigaraki realized that he absolutely hated his father, And so after this, the father has, I guess, done some reflection, and he's like, you know what, maybe I was harsh. Where are the kids? Let me go find them. But it's already too late. Shigaraki, he's already like mentally traumatized. We see his quirk began to manifest without him even trying to bring it out. And it started with the dog being shattered. I don't know how else to explain it, but it started with the dog shattering, and then the sister comes outside to try to apologize, and then she realizes what happened to the dog, and she runs off, and Shigaraki's like, save me please, like, I don't know what's going on. And when he grabs her shirt, she shatters, and then the mom and the grandparents come outside, and it's just all spiraling downhill. But the crazy thing is, all of the killings were accidents until the father came outside. Now this is something that's really interesting, because the mom has been super supportive of him this entire time, and even when her body was beginning to crumble away, she still went up to Shigaraki to try to hug him in her final moments. Meanwhile, when the dad realized what was going on, he immediately like grabbed a wrench and smacked him in the face with it. And that's when Shigaraki was kind of snapped out of this desperation for someone to save him, and instead his mind immediately reverted back to, oh yeah, I hate my father, and now I have the power to get back at him. And so he just lunges at him, touches him intentionally, and shatters him. So it's a very sad story. And then we know that after this, he doesn't have a family anymore. He's roaming the streets, and then that's when he bumps into All For One, and then the rest is history. But Shigaraki, man, he had a very, very sad childhood, but it's understandable how things came to be the way they are now, given that we now know his childhood and everything that he's been through. And now Shigaraki, now that he's kind of relived his past trauma, I'm sure he's gonna take that, and he's already, as we speak, is growing from it. And now we see there's nothing holding him back anymore. These hands that were holding on to him, the hands of his family members, it's over. Like, they're no longer latched on to him. Now he can move forward freely, and he can use his quirk to its maximum potential, which we saw when he was a kid. So things are looking real bleak for Team Hero. And this is coming from someone that is about to inherit All For One. So not only does he have this insanely destructive quirk already off rip, but he's also on top of that about to inherit All For One. Shigaraki is an absolute threat. He's a force to be reckoned with. I don't think enough people understand how powerful this man is, but I mean, I guess they'll find out soon enough. Alright, so I guess my question for you guys is going to be, what surprised you the most about today's episode? If you are an anime only, what surprised you the most about this revelation through Shigaraki's childhood? Or if you're a manga reader, just try to recall back to when this happened and let me know what shocked you the most about Shigaraki's childhood. I think for me, what surprised me the most was finding out that his grandmother was Shimura, because we know that Shimura was a previous holder of One For All, and Shigaraki, her grandson, is about to become her like mortal enemy because he's about to inherit All For One. So I just thought that blew my mind. I thought that was so sick. But let me know what surprised you the most in this episode. And with that, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you all so much for watching this far into the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, comment your thoughts on the episode down below, and subscribe for more Slice Shonen content. And with that, I'm going to head out, so I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a good one.